joining me from another video. If you're joining me for the first time, hello! A while back I was asked to do an honest opinion on American Girl dolls versus our generation dolls. So I've picked out the Girl of the Year 2018, Luciana. And she was, I picked her up, I believe, US $110. I'm from New Zealand, so I'll have the conversion down the bottom, and I'll have the conversion to US for the Our Generation dolls. For a Deluxe Our Generation pack, it's about $70 New Zealand to pick up one. So around that price range, and I'll convert it to US. So you can see, you know, looking at the two prices, the difference. Obviously there is a big difference. I tried to even it out in that I'm using a Girl of the Year with an Our Generation with accessories. Tried to give like the best that they offer on both doll sides. And I've picked purposely a light brown skin tone with brown eyes and dark brown hair, so that I'm not comparing blondes to redheads and all that sort of stuff. I'm basically looking at two dolls on offer. I get my hand in here. Two dolls on offer that have similar facial coloring, etc. Well, I'm going to start off with the American Girl first. So since this is what I consider the deluxe type of the AG dolls, they come in this different box. The other ones come in a very standard sort of box, you know, like the Truly Me's, etc. Has down here Girl of the Year 2018. I believe she was an award-winning doll. I picked her up with Astra, I think. I think I was in America with Astra when we picked her up. But we picked her up as Astra. My daughter's name is Greek, which stands for star. And of course, this girl loves space, and we just thought that went so great for her. Girl of the Year 2018. Very easy to open up. I'll bring the camera down. And then it's just really a matter of taking the lid off. So there isn't too much dramas in getting into the AG girls. Ha! There we go. And one of the coolest things, I mean, some of the deluxe dolls for the Our Generation come with the book. This one I have, Melina doesn't. We call them deluxe dolls. They're displayed in Farmers as deluxe dolls, so, you know, I'm just going with what the advertising is. They come with a book. Now, one of the things that I think Monster High had over a huge amount of the range of dolls is that Monster High came with books. To encourage reading with girls, I think, is a fabulous thing. Absolutely any child encouraging reading is amazing. Right now, like those on Instagram will know, I've been going on a big Harry Potter thing with my son. As soon as the borders open, we're off to Universal Studios, and my boy wants to be a Slytherin. He wants to be an evil mage, right, Blake?
Yeah.
Yeah, he wants to go to a Slytherin. That's his choice. I'm a Hufflepuff myself. My best friend and I are Hufflepuffs. Astra's a Ravenclaw. So these books, I would say they're younger. Not for teenagers, basically. You know, something from like 7 to 10 is quite good. Even 6-year-olds, I guess. I mean, they advertise it as 8+, but honestly, for me, I think 6 to 10 would be absolutely fine. It's really for you to know your child and the level they're at. So anything that encourages reading with girls gets a huge thumbs up for me. And the books are quite nice. You can see the quality there was very good. Woohoo! So what do we got here? Alright, so we have a couple of little thingies. I don't know what this is. We'll work it out together. We have a little elasticy bandy thing. And what looks like could be hair. A hair tie of some sort. I don't know. Then we've got our girls. So the ties are around the neck. I just want to show how easy this is. There is like a hook that goes into the back of the box and elastic around the neck. So if you just put your fingers in and undo the elastic like that, you can release her there. And then I believe it's just a matter of slipping her hands up. I haven't opened one in a while. I've got about 4 in storage. Yep, so just slip your hands into the ties around her arms. Got there. And then the feet should just come out like this. Come on, my dear. From memory. Yeah. I love that. I love something that is so incredibly easy to open. Some of these smaller dolls, they've been putting, for display purposes, so many ties around them. You feel like you're snipping 300 things before you can even lift the doll out of the box. But yeah, for a bigger doll, she comes out as easy as that. Now she does have a hairnet on, so let's release your, gosh, you're beautiful. Let's release your hair, my darling. Don't want to mess up your hair too much. It's all been styled there. She has these protectors on her arm. Slip it. Just look how easy this is. This is what you want on Christmas Day when you're giving a child a doll. You don't want your child fighting with ties and possibly breaking something. I've actually had a horror story. I think I've told it in one of my other videos where a mother brought, what doll was it? It wasn't a Monster High. I think it was a Rainbow High doll. And the daughter just kind of ripped it, and one of those things was around the wrist, and the wrist just went. But I can't remember. It was, I don't know, I think it was an older doll than a Rainbow High. But this is what you want on Christmas, where your little one can just rip into it. They really don't even need mummy and daddy to help them to get the things out, because it's just so incredibly easy. I'm just going to tell you right now, I love American Girl dolls. They are so incredibly beautiful. So here we go. So first off, we've got her out. So I'm going to be testing all the things that I test when I'm looking at certain toys, dolls in particular. So this one here, she has her standard 5 points of articulation. She has head, she is soft-bodied. The body is stuffed firmly enough that it can give a bit of a push, but not so firm. It's basically going to hold its shape, but not so firmly that it's like concrete. She has her arm rotation, but she also can go out to the side. So she can do her twirly, but she can also move her arm slightly out to the side. So that's really good. They cannot move their head to look up and down, just side to side. And she can go exorcist if she wants to. I'm sorry, sweetheart, I don't want to do that to you again. With the legs, it is a kick forward and a kick back, but not really out to the side. It will pull back. Holds the pose okay. The limbs are strong-ish, but they're a medium strong. So they will, over time, they will get loose and do the, you know, the whole puppet dance thing if you move them enough, which your child is going to, let's be honest. The dress she comes with, I love it. It is so plain, but so pretty. I love, love, love this material. I'm going to bring her up close. And then one of my favorite things with American Girl dolls is their shoes. Our generation has some really nice shoes, but a lot of the shoes they come with are plastic fantastic. I love American Girl shoes. Let's bring her up and have a close-up look. Here is her face. I've said it in so many videos. Dolls with open mouth and teeth showing are some of my favorite doll molds, in bigger and smaller dolls. I just think it gives a bit more realism to them. So this is pretty much a standard AG face. I've got a couple of, like I've got the American Girl 2019. I think her name was Bailey. She's behind me in the cabinet. I'm just looking through a box at her. Yeah, she's got open teeth too. I love it. And she has lovely plump lips. Look at that. Look at the side profile. Look at those lips and that 3D effect with the teeth. That is just so incredibly cute. Lovely profile. Gorgeous, like I said, light brown skin tone. She has deep brown eyes, and they have what I call baby doll eyes, which basically means that when you put them to sleep, they close their eyes. Oops, sorry for getting it out of focus there. Camera is like, nope. Her hair is very ordinary. There is not too much to the styling. It is just a short cut in this, what I would call dark down brown. It is not black. You can see in the highlights we have a brown and we have a white highlight in the light. But there is hardly any product in there. A little bit at the front, but the rest is free-flowing chaos, which is really, really good. Now, American Girls, if you've been to the salon, you can have their ears pierced if you so please. It's just an extra cost on top of that. And they have a hairstyling salon, which I think is so cute. Wish there was something like that here in New Zealand. Looking at her outfit, the dress is very ordinary. Now it is held together at the back with Velcro. I am not a fan of Velcro on any sort of thing because it, especially on cloth body dolls, and as you're seeing with my glove here, once that Velcro gets a hold of something, it can rip and tear, which is something that you're going to have to be mindful of with American Girl dolls. They are in a more expensive doll. Just be mindful that, you know, that your child knows. Try not to get the Velcro stuck to the doll cloth body. The good thing is that they have put the hooks on the bottom, so not on the top, which goes towards the soft body.
Can I go
the
to my
hooks.
computer now?
Yes, darling, you can.
Thanks. I'll finish this game, okay, Yoda?
Okay, sweetie. My boy's off to.
See ya. Bye.
Bye. Bye, Blakey.
No,
So it's not going towards a cloth body. Some doll makers make it that way. It drives me nuts. Then around here, she has like a little, I guess most people call it a fanny pack, which, you know, sits around about here. But this one goes off to the side. It has a bit of Velcro on it, and I guess you can put some little things in there. It is open. It does have the American Girl tag on it. Close that up, and it is held with a buckle at the side. Is that undoable? It is with Velcro as well. I was hoping that the Velcro was real. They put the books on the bottom, so at least it's away from the cloth doll. She has some, I'm sorry, my darling. She comes with some pink knickerbockers. She comes with some pink basic knickerbockers. My favorite, the boots. I understand that this is a spacey kind of galaxy effect with the pink. I wish it had gone more blue than pinky, which would have given it, or, you know, blues to blacks, given it more of a spacey vibe. But she's a girl, so I guess, you know, the pink thing's going. But this to me is so space age. Look at these boots. I love them. They're done in a material. They've got little laces to make them real. That's it coming off, as simple as that. Let's see if it's as simple to put back on. Any child can do that. And then they have a hard heel, which is great. I mean, I've said it before and I'll say it again. I love the American Girl dolls. I just love the quality put into them. Now, in terms of face, like the open teeth, it's a very, very basic doll face. However, the plastic is incredibly strong, and if you know about micro meshing, cleaning, you know, cuts and scrapes or dents, it does work on American Girls, which actually makes them an easier restoration. Some Cabbage Patch it works on, some Cabbage Patch it makes it look a bit meh, a little meh. There are videos on micro mesh restoration on it takes a bit of time to restore one Cabbage Patch which had a few marks, but she was a rare one. It took me about an hour to get her to the stage where she looked brand new, you know, so, you know, it's just something to be mindful of. I've never tried micro meshing on an Our Generation doll. I don't know if the plastic would take it. So anyway, I don't know what these are. If you do, let me know. There's something shiny there and a hair tie, I'm assuming. But I want to look at get the Our Generation out, and then I'm going to look at them both, and I'm going to say what I like, which doll which. I mean, it might go all in one doll's favor, it might go 50%, 50%, it might go completely all over the place. Let's get to the OG doll. Alright, so as I said, these are advertised as the deluxe doll sets on Farmers and about $70 New Zealand. This one here is Melina. I chose her, as I said, because she has a similar skin tone, brown eyes and brown hair, very close to the AG doll. Let's have a look how easy she is to get out. I'm not going to include how easy it is to get out the accessories because it should be about the doll, since it was about the doll for the American Girl. Let's bring the camera down. Let's have a look how easy she is to get out of the box. Now this new camera tripod is not going downwards, so I'm going to have to bring her up. Around the neckline is a plastic tie which goes into the back of the box. So we have to, the American Girl one, you just open up from the top. This one we've got to go through some tape. Got some tape up here, and then we got a little nook, and then we got this, and then we got a pole. Whee! So we get out this here, and then we've got our doll looking gorgeous, looking absolutely gorgeous. Try and get her in the center there. So unlike the AG, where it was just a matter of basically taking elastic bands around the neck, we do have a plastic tie here. And if we look at the back, there's a bunch of tape and we're going to have to snip through there. So you're going to need your, which means if you're doing it for a little one, you are going to have to basically get in there and snip for them so they don't go hurting themselves. Pull her forward and get that plastic tie out. Go down where her boots are, and I'm just going to slip her forward. So not too much drama. I much prefer the AG doll with the necktie with the elastic that you can just take off the hooks though. So through the magic of editing, I'm having all the bits removed. So there are a couple of little brochures here, but they are not books. It's basically, like I said, some of the Our Generation dolls I've got have come with books, and the twins, Sia and Sabina, I believe it was, who I absolutely love, did come with books. So we've just got a brochure with this one, all the things you can buy, which we've got that cafe, and we have, oh, we have the ice cream truck and we have the taco truck. We don't have any of the other things there. We've got a little bit of a how to look after her. So first of all, again, this is a doll which has plastic limbs and then soft body. But I can tell you that the soft body, I would put to the medium range as well. Not too hard that it's concrete, not too soft that she's going to flop over. But it's in the medium, the same as the AG, but the AG is slightly better stuffed. I can feel that straight away. So this one over time is going to lose her structure with overuse a bit faster. Next, the articulation. She can move her head, oh, very stiffly from side to side. I don't know if you can hear that. Oh, that's got some resistance in there. So she might have been a bit tighter, sewing around the neck area, but she definitely has some resistance in her head. But she can move it side to side. Sometimes resistance can be a good thing, means it's going to take a lot longer for them to lose, become flopsy mopsies. The arms back and forward, but not off to the side like the AG girl, just back and forward. Now there are dolls which have the bendability in their elbows and stuff. I would never recommend that in a doll. The amount of Our Generation dolls I've seen that get white marks from kids bending, they call the Deluxe movement dolls or whatever, bending these areas, and they make white marks eventually on both sides, and there's nothing really you can do to restore it apart from a paint job, which is not really what you want to be doing, So I wouldn't recommend that at all. In fact, it gives a big negative to me when they say you can move these lovely plastic limbs and all this sort of stuff. It's like, no, if there's a ball joint there or some other sort of joint, I'd be okay with it, but definitely don't go bending your plastic arms and ruining them. With the legs, we can go forward and we can go back. It's stiffer than the AG doll. The leg limb is actually better. Yeah, the leg limb, I can actually feel it clicking into place, like it has a clicky system. So that actually feels nicer than that. She can't ninja kick off to the side, which I was expected. Let's bring her up and have a look at that all important face. Okay, so here she is up close. She doesn't have the teeth showing, but she has freckles. Now in her facial mode, she has quite a flat, broad nose down the bottom here. Can you see that? How it's quite flat and quite broad? If you go to the profile shot, that's a real flat nose on the profile. I'm not so much a fan of that. I mean, I like her look, but if I've got to be honest, I prefer their noses to be a bit perky, a bit out there. Give a nice profile shot. But her lips are gorgeous. Her lips, look at these luscious lips. Even got a little bit of gloss in them. I like those. Those are sticking out there. Love it. She has lovely brown eyes. I didn't actually look at their eyebrows. I'll have a look at them side by side. I love these spray of freckles. The freckles are a tiny, tiny bit dark. Like I wish there was a bit more variation in freckles. With most girls you have light ones and darker ones, a bit of variation, but these ones are very, very dark. They're all the same tone. They're just different sizes. Not that I'm saying there's anything wrong with them, they're gorgeous. Hair is a bit longer than the other one. It's got a curl, a natural wave at the end, but again, very little product. Actually, I don't think there's any product in there at all, so that's a big, huge bonus when they don't have product. Oh, I feel like there's a tiny bit in the curls now that I feel it. I don't know if that's just the pull. Nah, it's free of product. I'm pretty sure that's just the pull. But lovely here. If we look into the light here, we have on the rings with the shininess, we have a large white band, but we don't have the smaller brown band afterwards. I always put them up to the light. I've got a huge Australian handmade crystal chandelier up here, and I can see like rings on shininess, how shiny something is. The bands it gives. So she has a larger white band on her hair. So it's lovely and glossy. There's not, I wish there was the brown band underneath like the other one. There's a tiny, teeny tiny one going across here. You can't really see it on camera, but that's just something I can notice when I'm dealing with dolls. Oh, we've got hair pull. This is why I put my hands through. Okay, so we've got little bits of hair coming out. I did not have that on the AG doll, but we certainly am having it on the OG doll. That's a bit of a shame. I was about to say there's no hair pulling on both the dolls, so that's good. Yeah, we just had a little bit of a pull there. Meh, some lost hair. It's not going to matter too much. What is she wearing? Well, she's not wearing anything anywhere as pretty as the AG doll, but she's wearing something completely bizarre and cool, which is a beekeeper outfit. So she has a full suit here. It is not done with Velcro at the back, which is a huge bonus. It is done with a zipper at the front. I'm just gonna, that tie that's holding it in place. That is a huge bonus. Zippers above Velcros always, or you know, even like the pressy, the poppers, I call them the poppers, the pop ones that you do, or any sort of clip. Huge bonus on dolls that have fabric bodies. So she has that. Now, what's her color, her undies? Oh, she's got different colored undies. She's got blue knickerbockers on. And of course the plastic fantastic boots, which I guess some people would say, well, that goes with gummy boots, but I have had so many Our Generation dolls and the majority of them have come with plastic fantastic boots, whereas my American Girl dolls, the fabric shoes are far superior, but this is far superior. I wish there was a zipper at the back of the dress on my AG doll. So I'll bring them up and I'm just going to have a look, and this is purely in my opinion. This is why I haven't done this earlier, because I think, well, this is kind of in your opinion, and you know, some people will always naturally go to the cheaper dolls saying, well, the cheaper doll's almost as good a quality, so it's a better buy. But if you're someone who can, I'm looking at it with the opinion of someone who can purchase either without worry. Okay, so I've got both my girls up, and I'll be quite honest, the first thing we tend to, you know, judge people on when we see them is how they look with their face. That goes with dolls too. As a doll collector, the face is so important to me when I'm buying a doll. It has to be something that stands out to me. It doesn't have to necessarily be beautiful. Some of them are quite unique, even to ugly. I mean, I got Chucky dolls, which I think are absolutely gorgeous, and they look like something that a dog chewed on, you know. But there's got to be something about the face that pulls me towards them. Both dolls are gorgeous. I love both dolls. But if I was given the choice between the two, and I've seen the other Our Generation sculpts, and I've seen a lot of American Girl doll faces. I've got some of them on my channel that I've opened, etc. And you know, Instagram is where I put most of my dolls that I don't feature on my channel. I prefer, from the Our Generation and American Girl dolls, I do prefer the American Girl doll faces. Why? Firstly, as you can see here, they always look more full. The Our Generation dolls are quite slim in their faces, the majority of them that I have, when I put them next to an American Girl. Now, when I look at it individually, she looks absolutely fine. But if I don't know if you can see it on camera, her face looks quite slim compared to the American Girl doll when I'm looking at her. I do prefer the hair on this Our Generation doll to this American Girl, but that's just because it's a different style, etc. This one's far superior in the hair. This one having freckles. I like freckles on my doll. This one having teeth. I like open teeth on my doll. I don't like her nose anywhere near as much as I like the AG doll nose. That's just, you know, personal preference. In some ways her lips with the bolder colour are more full, but with her open mouth it's more attractive to me. American Girl with eyebrows is far superior to this Our Generation one. This Our Generation's got a tiny little slit of eyebrows. She has nice thick eyebrows where you can see more of the bushiness in them, like the individual eyes. She has narrow eyes. Her eyes are more full, which I prefer, more open. So in the faces, both are gorgeous, but I prefer American Girl doll faces. And I'm looking behind me where I have some of the OGs and the American Girls on display. Yeah, I'm just looking, and yeah, I prefer an AG face. In body, there isn't really that much difference to them. I'm going to get them naked. Ta-da! Both girls are looking. Now this is actually probably going to surprise you, but I actually prefer the material of the soft body on the Our Generation. I actually prefer the gloss and the ribbiness. To me it has more of a skin texture. If you're looking at them here and it's a close-up match to her skin tone than it is on the American Girl. So I much prefer the Our Generation one in this one. It looks better and it feels better, whereas it's more a soft, like a flat material on here. However, the sewing on this is where you get what you paid for. The American Girl, you can see it's nice and tidy. Our Generation, not so nice and tidy. So this is where it comes down to, you know, a quality checking. See, on this side's nice, but this side, looks like the sewer had a bit of an issue. Whereas on the American Girl, it's lovely. As I said in the review, the stuffing is better in the American Girl doll. It's going to take a lot more play to get her to start to flop a bit than the OG doll, but that I would expect. I just love this material more. It's better. I mean, it's a shiny thing. I mean, this is again just opinions. With the undies, the AG's got better undies. I like it. This one's her undies actually look a little small for her, darling. Pulling them up, they look a little small, a bit like she's wearing, you know, like a 2 sizes too small across her. Whereas the look at the butts as well. You can see the stuffing on this one. Look how full this butt looks on her, and it's not so full on this one. This one's a bit more flat, whereas this one, she's catching some booty. Can I put those in the center, please? I always pull things off to the side because I do things off to the side while I'm looking at them. Looking at the side stitching, so they have their tags on different sides, which is a bit interesting. Side stitching, yeah, again, under here is a dog's dinner on the OG doll finishing. Under here it's lovely and neat, and the stitching down here is lovely and neat. Here it's more messy and it looks like it would easily, basically this doll could put up with more of a beating than this doll when it comes to the cloth body. But I prefer the material, strangely enough, on the OG doll. Interesting. As for the arms and stuff, so we've got these ones here. The OG doll actually has better defined hands. Let's have a look. So this is the OG doll. Come on, camera, be my friend. So you can see some real defined fingernails there and dents in her hand, whereas the American Girl doll, it's softer. So you can see the fingernails, but you can't really see, even on camera, I'm trying to pick them up. It's very, very soft, the dents. I prefer on the OG doll, oh my goodness, she just does not want to focus. I prefer that you can see them. be honest. I mean, they're not as nicely done as these ones. These ones are done a bit more better, but I actually prefer the deeper dents on the OG doll. Looking at the feet, the same applies with the feet. The Our Generation doll lines are more defined than the American Girl. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get this. Ah! I'm holding them off Jupiter. I don't know if you can see that, but the lines on the toes just shine, like, you know, just the wrinkles and stuff shine out a lot more on the OG doll than the American Girl doll. Okay, so 110 US, I mean, I have the conversion at the start of the video, is about 150 New Zealand, about 150, 160 New Zealand from memory, just guessing here, I might be wrong, but about 160 New Zealand, versus $70 New Zealand. So let's just say there's about $80 to $90 difference in the dolls. Do I believe that the American Girl is worth the $80 more? The honest to goodness answer is I've opened many Our Generation dolls. In fact, I've opened more Our Generation dolls than I've opened American Girl dolls. I can say yes. The quality checking and the fact that this doll is going to last a lot longer with hard play than the Our Generation doll, absolutely. Now, between these two dolls, I absolutely prefer the American Girl doll, but I can say from the ones even standing behind me, all the American Girl doll faces, which, you know, each type has their own sort of signature. They have different variations on that signature, but there's something about the faces that you can recognize to be an OG doll or an AG doll. I overall prefer the more expensive doll, purely for the quality finish. Purely for the quality finish, the accessories that you can buy. Now in New Zealand, you can pay up to $35 for an extra outfit pack for an OG doll. An American Girl doll, I don't think the prices are too much different from some of the dresses that I got. Now there was a sale on some things and all that sort of stuff. But again, the quality of the outfits for the AG dolls I felt is far superior. Just the quality checking and the variation was far superior to the OG dolls. That is not to take away from the OG dolls at all. Obviously, I love them since I have so many. Those that I've shown on Instagram, those that I've opened on my channel, they are a fantastic range. I highly, highly recommend these on a budget. Absolutely, I think the OG dolls are worth it. I think their accessories aren't as worth it as much as the AG dolls. But AG dolls, if you've got a girl who's a little bit more delicate, I guess you could say, a little more delicate with their dolls, even though this one's going to take more of a blasting than this one, because they are a more expensive price, you don't want them to get ruined. I'm not saying that you want to be giving them to a child because they're more lastability that throws them against the wall. Please don't give them to any child that wants to throw them against the wall. I think that's awful for dolls. Being a doll lover and a doll collector, I think that was awful. I hate when I see kids having tantrum and the first thing they do is just pick up a toy and throw it. And I feel like saying, right, okay, this child needs a lesson in money. And that if you break something, you don't get it back, you know, sort of thing. I love both dolls. I love them, but the overall fact of the matter is I think you get what you paid for. And when it comes to AG versus OG, I much prefer American Girl. Yeah, oh my God, she's got her face planted at the back there. I'm so sorry, sweetie. She's like, I failed. No, you didn't. You're beautiful. It's just the quality checking, which isn't your fault, sweetheart. And the details such as the eyebrows, which are more defined. Again, just something you pay a bit more, you get a little bit more la-dee-da, darling. Thank you so much for watching this review, guys. I hope you love both dolls. Both dolls are so sweet. Both dolls are so cute. I feel bad giving her a bad, you know, sometimes I feel bad because I like OG dolls, but I had to do, someone asked me to do a comparison on OG versus AG, and yeah, the end of the matter is, even though there's other OG face sculpts and other American Girl face sculpts, they're both very similar in their looks. I prefer American Girl. Don't fall down. Don't faint again, darling. Please don't. Thank you so much for watching this review, guys. If you love dolls, please give this a thumbs up. I wish you all the best with your dolly collecting and your toy collecting. I hope to see you in the next video. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.